Hello everyone, this is Kangar, welcome back to Skyrim VR Mods. Today I have two minor updates, and that is first VRIK with some polishes to the inverse kinematics, and the second is Spellsiphon with some visual effects changes and a few fixes. Alright, so VRIK first. I hope you all have VRIK installed. If no, you definitely should. Because it gives you a buddy in VR. And the buddy is inversely kinematics animated, which is what IK stands for. And you can see that the latest version here works really well. No jankiness and so on. Everything feels well aligned with my actual arms, and the changes are you don't really notice it, but that's exactly why you need it, because it feels just a little more natural, and it's just better, slightly better, but better. Okay, so that's definitely something you should consider. And in addition to that, with earlier versions, as soon as you had a weapon out, the other hand would stop animating and would become like Skyrim's fist thingy. And this is now fixed as well. So so I can have a weapon out that animates, and I can have my my free hand still working. And I can also use spells the same way. So I mean, this is nothing new, right? Finger animating, and that's the same. And if I now disregard that, if I now just use an empty hand here in the left hand, and in the right hand a spell, the same thing happens. So it's just a little smoother, some minor additions to an already great mod that you should definitely get. And as always, you can get them on the Nexus mod page, and you have to go to the forums and in there to the sticky post and the pre-release in-depth version. I believe this is 28, but it could be that that it could already be a higher number now. Yeah, and this is also, as far as I am currently informed, the release candidate for a future complete new official release of VRIK that will then just be this this new edition. Cool. So that was VRIK. And the next mod that I want to show you the update for is Spellsiphon. If you don't know what Spellsiphon is, it gives you access to this one, Ward, which is currently not working. I will come to that. And or just giving you a light. It's working properly, but yeah. And Draw. With Draw, you can draw energy out of your environment, like the fire of the world, the life, the spark of life, and something I cannot show you right now, that is the chill of death, because I need dead things around me, and I think there are none here in winter. But two main things. The draw spell has received a visual update, which is now a little bit less intrusive. It just looks a little better. You can see the particles flowing more clearly to, yeah. Whenever you install it anew, the tutorial will start new. So just for your information, that's what currently pops up here. So I really like the update. It looks very good, and you can still aim properly, because that's important, obviously. So there's that. And one update that is also just a minor but definitely an improvement is, so in general, when you are in fights and you use your ward, you get the shield, the ward, obviously. Now, outside of fights, this would just give you the light that you can see right there. But with the new update, you can use ward and draw, and then you get the ward. So this doesn't really improve things very much, but there's one thing that you could see right there. If you keep the ward up and the draw up for a long time, you can get access to the broken ward spell. So this might sound like rather a problem than a benefit, but in fact this broken ward spell restores your stamina. So when you're out of fight and you run away to the next battle, and you know that your stamina is low and it probably will not replenish up to the next battle, you can just kill your ward and then use this broken ward spell to heal yourself. That's one thing, and also to restore your stamina, which is really good, I think. And then if you use it once, you will get your ward again, the regular ward. And the other thing for which it is useful is that, let's say you want to draw from life, but you accidentally did not hit. So then wait a second. So yeah, that was too long. So then, if your aim skill is low, and let's say I'm standing far away. Oh yeah, well he's following me anyways. And I want to draw life, but I didn't hit him right, or I want to make sure I hit him right. I can just start with ward, and then draw life, and get rid of the ward first, and then I get life. That's very important. I did it incorrectly right now. You could see that. You have to first let loose of the ward, and then let loose of the draw. So you start with the ward, draw, aim, let go of the ward, and the draw will change to the element that you draw. And if you wait too long, it will break. So you start with the ward, you draw whatever, but that won't matter in this case, because you will break your ward and get this broken ward spell. That's the feature in that case. So that's a minor improvement, but it just gives you a little bit more options to, even when you're outside of the battles, out of battles, you can still make sure that you draw from the corpses surrounding you and so on. You don't have to redraw and so on, and then accidentally get whirled, shoot it in the air, and then draw death again. But no, you can just start with ward, draw, make sure that you have enough time, let go of the ward, and then you have whatever. In this case, obviously, it was still working. Right. And other than that, there was a fix for the death storm. So when you unload discharge your bow while you are attuned to death, you would have this death storm, and sometimes this would randomly break. So, or not the storm, but the people that are iced in the storm. This would randomly break because they got some random damage, and this is now fixed. So you can safely say that the people that are iced in the storm will stay there. Oh yeah, and for the death storm, one more thing. Earlier it just did instant damage to everyone that it hit, and now it will apply the damage over time, but people that are frozen will not get damaged, because I mean they are already frozen, so they can't get hit by the storm. So now you have to decide, do you hit a target with your arrow and freeze it while it's in the storm, or do you deal damage with the storm? So that's a little balance change. And then for the discharge, there's one additional thing, and that is the bound bow cooldown. Usually, before before this version, the cooldowns were two completely independent cooldowns of 1 minute. So that means when you used bound bow twice in a row, twice in a row, then you just had a cooldown of 1 minute for each of them. And now this is changed, and the cooldown is it's active effects here. The cooldown is 30 seconds, which will update accordingly, so that you will always get the next bow after 30 seconds, and then another 30 seconds for the second bow. So it's kind of like a real charge system. Should be there any second. Yeah, so here it is again. And now the second bow is again not available. It's a charge system that is another 30 seconds now. So that's, in my opinion, that's an improvement, because you have earlier access to the bow after 30 seconds, but you still have after 1 minute. If you just wait 1 minute, you still have access to both. So that's fine in my opinion. Alright, so that were my 2 updates for today, and you should definitely get and update these 2 mods, and yeah, I hope you liked it. I hope you find these kind of shorter videos informative still, and then I hope to see you in the next video. Bye!